Okay, so you want to start with?
The Daily Guide. The guy is saying that Ghana goes for French. Auditor General hot over 8 million Ghana cedis cardio. And also NPP NDC clash on CD. We also have 3 billion euro bonds show confidence in economy. Then slain NDC vigilantes family quits the party. Okay, so that will be it for the Daily Guide. Should I do one more?
Yeah.
Okay, I have
even do two more.
the Daily Statesman. 5,000 NAPCO trainees get permanent job. That is good news. Calm returns to Tripoli. Rexec rallies feuding factions for dialogue. Also, we have Japan's car makers, Ghana, Toyota, Suzuki, and the CFAO Explore joint venture. Okay, back page. Welder world champion to defend title against Dominic Brazili. Is that it? Dominic Brazili in May. Okay, forgive me if that's not it. Okay, let me do the Ghanaian time, then my boss, Roland, will come in. At African Climate Week 2019, President says, let's fight climate change in Africa. We also have Interior Minister apologizes for assault of 3 Ghanaian Time journalists. Then the 3 billion euro bond, vote of confidence in economy. And this is according to the Minister for Information, Kojo Opon Nkrumah. That's it.
Okay, so let's do the Daily Graphic. It's a leading daily newspaper in Ghana, I can say, based on sales. So we have on the front page, e-justice launched, president demands speedy trial, and the story filed by Donald Atodapatem. And good morning to you, Donald. It's been a while. We've met, and you have the president having his attached picture. You go up, you see his trademark handkerchief just around his his sleeves or cuff. Yeah, beautiful. The president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Okay, so we have 3 policemen interdicted. It's over assault of 3 Ghanaian Times journalists. This is justified. This is the right thing. The police should have done this days ago, but don't worry, it's never too late. We still need the action by the police, and all these would then keep bringing in the whole conversation about what we need to do to make sure that the public tend to have a lot more confidence in the police service, because it looks like they are losing it. That's the whole point. We also have on the front page of the Daily Graphic, SNET calculation of benefits flawed. And this one is coming from the Trades Union Congress. Especially if you get to know that some of the pensioners and what they take after years of contribution, if not decades of contribution to SNET, is just peanuts. You just have to think that my future is waiting for me. After 60, Roland Walker, I'm taking peanuts after contributing decades to SNET. We have to do something about the pension and what is given to pensioners. I don't know. Somebody needs to drive this conversation. And it's good that the TUC is doing that. We also have police deploy body cameras in May. All over or just in Accra.
What is funny, though?
Yeah, it's because I'm thinking that we need to have a holistic or equitable development for the police. Because
a holistic, equitable development.
It has to be whole, and it has to be equitable. You can't do it for some personnel in maybe in the cities, and then also in the rural areas. Because when you travel out of Accra, you get to find the poor states by which or in which our police operates.
What we are being told also is that they will insert a memory card, so you have to bring this memory card out, process it in a computer. So you need electricity, you need computers, you need other gadgets to get this thing to work. So if it comes to the villages as you are proposing, how is it going to work? But I think they want to pilot it, and let's see how it goes.
Yes, and we know what body cams have done, especially for those who are the receiving end of police brutalities, especially in the US and the rest of the subcontinent of Europe.
But this is going to test our judicial principles, because then there seem to be certain ruling against, if you like, secret filming. in the wake of investigative journalism all over the place. People are saying that you can't.
But this is not the same, right?
How is it not the same? Because you are to film me against my wish. You are producing evidence against crime. So how you procure this information must also be done in a manner that does not intrude my privacy.
But this one is the police. The police have been mandated by the Constitution to be the main agent of producing evidence and even it could even be against the police, just in case we have issues. For example, the Ghanaian Times journalists who were assaulted.
Okay.
If there was a body cam on the police, the police will be mandated to produce that body cam footages.
Yes.
And that will be used to unravel what really may have happened, or perhaps complement the investigation process that would have been undertaken by the police, or even those that may have been undertaken.
So, all well and good. We will need to talk to the experts on this, but I am thinking.
You think it's an affront to the law, the way our structure of the law is?
No, I wouldn't say it's an affront, but it's worth exploring to know the legal ramification, because from what I am reading, they are saying that it's going to be for their own internal processing, so that if a policeman was on duty, you acted against what you are supposed to do, then immediately they can deal with you. But if it's going to extend to using the evidence on this camera to prosecute people, then obviously how you procure the evidence will be a question of law. I
do understand you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know. Because in the States, they've been able to prosecute police people using the footages from the body cams.
Sure.
On the back page of the Daily Graphic, we have Ghana Water Company Limited seeks funds for phase 2 of the Bong Water Project.
Wow.
Southern Ghana to record more rains this year. Already the weather is very hot. By the time you wake up, if you're not using air condition, you'll be sweating on your forehead and all over. Some people are already getting rashes.
I saw this cartoon in the Daily Guide. Apparently, people are gone to the office trying to get a service done for them, and they were virtually naked because everybody was sweating profusely. And see, this is coming at the back.
In a government department?
Well, the picture gave an office setting.
It's a cartoon, yeah.
So people are so hot that they can't be properly dressed to get the service they want in an official setting. And that's how bad they're trying to tell the story of the environment.
Are you also experiencing the humid weather?
I don't know.
Because I know you have a dry skin, so you don't use
naturally, I've come to realize that depending on what I eat, if I eat a lot more fruits, take a lot of juices and fluids, my body is able to regulate depending on the environment. When I go on the goat, the chicken and the beefs, then I realize that the little heat, then I'm also soaking
Charlie, you're a wellness man. You should work with the CSI, Council for Scientific and Industrial Research.
I take it as a compliment.
You know your body so well.
Yeah, because then when you sleep, you realize that the mat is wet and it was so uncomfortable, especially if you sleep with somebody else. And I do.
Yeah. Actually, not bring you. Okay, so we also have on the front page of the Business Finder, CD rebounds.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yes,
it is good news.
Because it was 5.9 on Tuesday. Now it's improved 5.6.
Yeah, okay, 5 points.
As of yesterday evening.
Yeah. The minority says 5.65 at Fidelity and 5.6 at Ghana Commercial Bank at their last checking.
But in town, sometimes on the black market, it's more expensive if you want it in a certain quantum.
And that's also part of the problem, why we've allowed such a market to flourish and expand. Because then people are saying that part of the reason why we are having shortage is because perhaps we are serving the sub-region. People from other countries are coming using the black market to siphon our dollars to do their business. So the Bank of Ghana pumps in, the Bank of Ghana pops in, and we think we are serving the Ghanaian market, but people are taking it elsewhere. Because elsewhere, the measures on the dollars is far more stringent than we have it here. You cannot have a lot of dollars whilst you are on the black market, as we do here. You see, you are passing through town, they are whispering, dollars, just like that.
But if you go to Monrovia, the capital of Liberia, and I have a friend who always watches me there. Good morning to you, Raindolph Haliga, and also to your wife, Kathy.
Wow.
You're in the capital, Monrovia.
You are wiping my appetite to go there.
Yeah, bukeke.
Wow.
Oh yeah. You see, like the way we have the mobile money vendors, they always they wrap the dollars. Yeah, because they spend it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a medium of exchange.
Okay, exactly.
Okay, so
I was going to ask what is the status of their currency, but I'm happy you say they spend dollars.
That's what they spend it.
Okay, then that's great.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a front page of the Business Finder.
Yeah.
So CD rebounds ahead of Eurobond proceeds. Others, you have an attached picture of the Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta. Charlie, it's a big man.
Yeah.
Big man. Okay, so we have Ghana's economic outlook best in 5 years. IMF. COCOBOT signs $300 million loan to refinance bills. But on the side, that's a good thing that the Business Finder always does. They've given us a market summary. So you have the fiscal deficit, 8.5 of GDP, what the estimates are, inflation,
wow.
8% give or take, and then we have a margin of error of 2%. So that's good. Could be 2% up, 2% down, and then we also have the consumer price inflation. That's also available, and the interest rates currently. Wow. Currency. It's a currency. Okay, so we have US dollar currencies 5.2, which is not official though. I don't know. This one, the old one.
Yeah.
But they said they got it from UMB stockbrokers. So
when? On their latest figures?
March 15. What's today's date?
Oh, we are in 21st. Huh?
No, watch it. Business Finder.
Maybe it's a weekly paper.
Or your old data. Okay, and then we have. I have the last paper I have to look at before you have two others. Okay. We have the Daily Heritage. It has on the front page, GCB blows 200,000 K on games, just games, according to this newspaper. I'm not the one saying it. The Daily Heritage will be on the screen shortly. It says, GCB blows 200,000 Ghana cedi K on games. And then we have Judicial Service goes paperless. And the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was there yesterday. You have an attached picture of her ladyship, the Chief Justice, Sophia Akufo. As a good one, automation of the court is critical. It would ensure speedy adjudication of cases at the courts. Yeah. Bad road killing pregnant women at Kutuchi. And the Speaker not involved in disposal of Parliament vehicles. Now we know that there had been concerns that, some tabloids have reported it. Some auctions and the recipient of those auctions are questionable.
I'll do the Daily Dispatch. Akufo-Addo declares our taste for foreign goods cause of weak cedi. Our taste for foreign goods is the cause of weak cedi. Also, details of ethnic groups in all the 10 regions is provided by this paper. So that is all for that. Then we go to the custodian. Money bags hijacks NDC Rawlings cries. Also, build first-class judiciary, Akufo-Addo tells the Chief Justice. We will deal with climate change, Akufo-Addo, on that one. Baumia speaks on economy on April 3. I think that we miss him and we'll be happy to hear him speak on the economy. MPs approve 123 million euros to improve vocational education. And this is going to the Ministry of Education. That's all for both.
You have a pic you want to comment on?
I think the paperless story sounds sexy, or if you like, it sounds nice. For
the courts. Yeah.
Yes, and it's one thing that, first and foremost, let's explain that what they are talking about is that we're going to have a judicial system where right from the point of filing your case until when justice is given, it's going to be completely paperless. That is, once you get in contact with the court process, the human interaction is going to be very, very much limited. According to them, you're going to have your details scanned onto their system, and they will give you some codes which you will use to go and activate on their portal. So once you have it, it is completely activated. That's for the citizen who may have a case. In the case of the lawyer, you are also going to have your chamber number, your practicing number, and other details also subscribed. So once a judge sits by the frontal of a computer and clicks, he sees the details of the client, sees the details of the legal practitioner, and they are able to know where the case is at every point in time. And if for one reason or the other, a judge cannot make it on a case for what they call authorized leaves, immediately the automatic case management system is able to ascribe or assign that case to the next available judge. They are also saying that despite the illiterate nature of this program, it's not going to affect the rural part of town, that's the villages, because they are going to license bodies they call bureaus authorized by the courts. And just like how mobile money system works, the bureaus will come to you you log in, they register, you bring your court papers, they log everything inside for you, then the process is able to activate. What this is hoped to do is to limit time and also limit financial cost. The courts are expensive, not necessarily because of how much the court is taking, but because of how much people pay to get service done for them expeditiously. We're talking about corruption. So once this is eliminated, then people can be sure that I don't need the service of anybody to be able to get issues done for me. And I think that this is very good because cases go to court, and for years, even when a judge is passed on, then it means the case is also passed on because we cannot track where the case has gotten to. We should welcome it. Like every system, hopefully we may have challenges here and there, but with inputs, feedback, correction, we hope that the system can be what we are looking forward to. I think that is part of what the government wants to do to go paperless. We've seen it at the ports. This is one other place. Hopefully we will be part of the League of Nations that are all trying to do things in a modernized manner to get us efficiency.
I think what we've been able to do, and we all do acknowledge that, is that over the last 10 years, the government has been on a major shift of trying to have the e-governance program. So this one, I believe, would also dovetail into the general scheme of things, or the policy direction of having government automate its systems and the way they transact their activities daily for the various agencies of state. And it's important that we do this because it looks like already we're even lagging behind as far as the revolutionary efforts of the world or the global change in technology to be used to fast-track activities for ourselves. I started my career, and I used to be a court reporter back in the day. And until we had, within the Kufuor period, the introduction of the somewhat automated system in which we could have recordings by the court recorders, etc. They were recording manually. And you could also even still see the judges still, because that's what the system is. They're still writing manually. But we have features. We also have applications. We also have softwares that have been designed by the more developed software providers and the developing countries, which can even translate voice into writing.
Transcribing it.
Yes. Just by speaking, once it's audible. There are software, and we all do know that these exist. So these are some of the things that we need to do, just beyond doing some of these things. The difficulties that many people would have, or the critics out there will have, is that we take too long in trying to roll out or deploy the policy interventions or the rationale for which we want to roll out these policies. It takes too long, it's laborious, it's too bureaucratic, and then it's too expensive at the end of the day. So you find that it's not commensurate to, in terms of the output, the amount that has been spent, as to how that is deployed and how benefit it has been over a period of time. And we spend millions of dollars in trying to deploy technology to do many things, but at the end of the day, you get to find out that what you see based on the output is not the right thing, should not have been done this way. I think that we have to take our judiciary very seriously because people in this country are being jailed for stealing maybe a mobile phone that is only worth 80 Ghana cedis, and they have to go to jail because that's what the law says. Whilst on the other hand, we have been also not committed as a country in improving the reforms that we need in our adjudication system. Because the penal charges that are meted out to or given to people who are found to be guilty is not good enough.
That's true. And on your mobile phone example, even more painful is the fact that because the system is slow, for a crime that if you are convicted, you are liable for, say, 3 months imprisonment or a fine, you realize that because the system is very slow, you can be in what they call remand for a period longer than what you will be sentenced to if you were convicted. So a crime of 3 months conviction penalty, you are in remand for a period of 2, 3, 5 years. I mean, so much injustice at the end of the day. And like you also mentioned, the system should be deployed in holistic manner. This system requires education and literacy for everybody. So it's not just an Accra thing. It's not just a Tema thing or Kumasi thing. We should also understand that every part of the country, despite having this bureau, will require that the people who will have this service are educated. And I should mention that most of our judges do not necessarily belong to our era. Most of our judges do not belong to our era. They belong to a different generation, periods where computers and such advanced technologies were not introduced. The fact that you are a judge does not mean that necessarily your technology compliance should be up to date. So we need to quickly bring in young judges, because it does appear that the noble profession of justice is such that before you get there, you need to have accumulated a number of experience. And those who are currently experienced may not necessarily have the requisite technical know-how. We should also point out that because it is technology, we hope that somebody will not go and sit somewhere in a corner who have access and password and start manipulating the cases, because then we are doomed. So it's going to thrive on integrity, and it's also going to thrive on efficiency. Lastly, on this point, anytime we have such good systems such as this one, then we destroy it with procurement issues. So the project is good and we are all supporting it. We should never hear, it's a World Bank funded project, we should never hear that monies that were supposed to be used for that or used for that has gone to places that shouldn't have been.
Well, we have to go to myjoyonline.com. But it's good that you mentioned the judges and the various players, because they form a component of the system. So while we're deploying the technology, it has to be commensurate to also getting the buy-in of the personnel who will be using it. And those who will be deficient or likely going to be deficient also need to be assisted. So that there's that proper integration of the system. So that even though a judge may not be used to technology, could have some form of assistance to be able to use that technology. It's very simple. Everybody loves what is good. And technology has brought good things to the world, and I believe that we have to be receptive. We have to go through myjoyonline.com.
That is fine. That's fine. Okay. Should I? Or
you
go?
should.
Okay. So first story. Okay. Let's table. Ghana gets 185 million from IMF after final review of fund program. Okay. So that is it. Police to deploy body cams in May, as we just reviewed on this paper review segment. Africa Climate Week signals continent's huge investment opportunity. This is a very important story. In the wake of what is happening in parts of Southern Africa, the cyclone is devastating many more countries, and we need to pay attention here. Okay, next story. Okay, if we can get to the fourth slide, yes. Okay, Tripoli SHS students demand police clearance to go home over conflict. Wow. The police wants to provide them security on their campus, but they feel insecure nonetheless and wants to go home. Okay. Pogba buys World Cup championship rings for entire France team. Roland, what does this mean? Championship rings. Do you know it? Are you also a sports person like
myself? No, it just means that they have a certain souvenir that's indicating the whole participation of the team and having won the World Cup. So it's been designed for them, for every member of the team. So they have it just as a symbolic.
That's great.
So it's been customized for them. So you have the cup engraved in there or engraved in there. You have their crest, the Lukup. Crest, that's for the federation.
That's great.
That's great. So you have it then you have their flag.
Okay, the sixth slide.
It's a complete waste of money.
After 6 months of a disappointing normalization committee, more questions than answers. Okay? That's what somebody is saying. They feel that the normalization committee has been a disappointment. Barclays collaborates with GCX to support farmers, traders on local bars. Okay. Then maybe the final story. Assault on journalists, 3 police officers suspended. This is a very good news. So that's it for myjawonline.com.
Yeah, that's it basically. And we scroll up, we have more stories also on myjawonline.com. You can get some of the best audios as well as the latest information, but we're also streaming live on myjawonline.com through the linked channel on YouTube, MyJawOnline TV.